What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? Pet Rock Media here, coming at you with kind of an update as to where I'm at with my film photography project, my 35mm film photography project. Just got through, finished shooting a few rolls of film with the Canon EOS K2 35mm camera. Purchased this camera brand new back in the day, about 8 to 10 years ago. This specific date escapes me. This is a pretty good camera. I'm not gonna get overly excited about it. I probably more prefer like an Nikon F5, things like that, but it does get the job done. It does fit nicely in my Kona Brixton bag, so it does do the job that I needed to do. I did slap on the 45mm Canon Pancake lens to it. It is very, very thin and fits perfectly once you mount it. There you go. Real nice slim packaging, real nicely, fits nicely into my bag. Whole lot better than the initial lens that came with this camera, which is, I believe, was a 28 to 90 f 3.5 to 5.6. Don't quote me on that. Again, I don't know where that thing is. It's somewhere in my closet. But again, this camera did what I needed it to do. Loading the film is very simple. You just open it up in the back, put in your film over here, upside down, pull the film forward, close it, automatically winds, and then we'll tell you your amount of shots there in the back. See right there, that is my f-stop right there. I was shooting at 13 last I shot. Utilizing the Sunny 16 rule, since it is almost noon here, Central Standard Time here in San Antonio, Texas. And again, this camera has its basic functions. It does allow you to do push the film, I should say. You're able to push your ISO. Usually, my film that I use is 400 speed film, which is what I shot everything today. Since it was daylight, no need for me to push the ISO. So it does allow for me to do that. Has pretty decent autofocus, metering, things like that. Although some of the autofocusing does have to do with the lens itself. But again, it did the job from what I wanted it to do. And so I dropped off those rolls at my local photo lab, and they said that by tomorrow, by noon, they should be done. They said that they could rush it and get it done by today, but I'm not in any rush to get those done. So I said, go ahead, fine. 12 o'clock tomorrow is just perfectly fine by me. I'll get them tomorrow, scan them in with the Epson V600, and then I'll show you guys some of the results there. You can go and see some of my results now at photojoephotography.com. That is FOTOJO photography.com. So it's photojoe.com /blog to get to the blog, or just go to the website and then click on blog, and it takes you right there to it. You can see some of the scans that I've had in there for interview, thinking about doing 35mm photography, and are wondering, should I have my lab scan them or should I scan them myself? I had normally had my lab scan them for me, but I have more control now over the scanning, the DPI, and with some photo labs, the higher the DPI, the more they will charge you. My photo lab charges me $4 to develop a roll of film, so the 2 rolls I shot today are going to cost me a little under $10. Then I can bring them home and scan them. If I wanted them to put it on a CD for me or a thumb drive for me to bring home and upload, depending on the DPI, they usually will come back at 2, 4, maybe 6 megabytes, and really can't print past a 5x7, maybe an 8x10 will start getting a little bit blurry. With scanning to TIFF, and those files ranging anywhere from 100 to even almost 1,000, sometimes a gig, depending on how much I have the scanner do. Those things can go. The Epson said that it can go all the way up to, I believe, 11x17. I wouldn't be printing that large, but if I did need to, then it would be something that I have the ability to do so. Okay, so I will be retiring this camera. Okay, not forever. Obviously, I did just purchase that lens, so I'm not going to be retiring it forever. But now, to kind of keep things going and keep things sexy, I am going to be now switching to the Nikon 35mm AFL. This camera has a little bit of a cult following. If you just flicker Nikon AF35L or Nikon 35 AFL, however you want to word it, these things have a cult following. It is a point and shoot camera, but it does have a very, very, very sharp lens. It is an f2.8 Nikon. just overall, I mean, you can see right now I have a yellow ND filter on there. Right now it's loaded with Tri-X film. You can kind of see it right there. It's located with Kodak Tri-X film. And so I will be utilizing this for the next couple of shots to kind of see how does it shoot with the black and white with the yellow filter on there, and then just kind of having, you know, that compact type of camera in my bag, which is the Ona Brixton bag. For those of you who would be looking, you can kind of see it right there. This is an amazing bag. Always have a film camera with me, and then again I always have my egg carton with me, which right now I shot 3 rolls actually today, I'm sorry, and then the 4th was the Tri-X that was put into the Nikon, so I will have to reload my eggshell. So again, I'm going to be now switching off to the Nikon point and shoot, just something to keep with me. I'm not too sure if I will be keeping a digital camera with me. I had been keeping both. Not too sure if that's the route I'm going to go or just stick with the Nikon camera. If I did put a digital camera in here, it is most likely going to be my Fuji X100T. That camera is amazing. For those of you, I do have a review on the X100S, and I will be posting a more in-depth view of the X100T and my overall impressions of that. So that's it, guys. That's all I wanted to talk to you about today. Just kind of telling you about my experiences with the Canon camera, and then now switching over to the Nikon AF35 to just kind of get that that difference between both and see how they upload and how they scan. And ultimately I'm also going to be doing a review between Ilford HP5 film and Kodak Tri-X film. I'm a big Ilford guy. Kodak is where I'm originally started with, which a lot of guys and girls and gals would say that they started when it came to film. Started with Kodak, did a little bit of Fuji, but I ultimately found myself always coming back to Kodak, specifically their portrait film and their high-end color film for portraits, since I primarily shot a lot of portraits. But for black and white, I was always going back and forth. I sometimes thought of Ilford, as Kodak, since it was my first choice, but Ilford did create some amazing film, in my opinion, with their black and white film, their HP5. There is an XP2, the one that's C41 process, but I've had mixed reviews on those, or on that film. I will be probably running a film through either the Nikon or the Pentax, or whichever one of the 35mm cameras that I have. But that's for another topic and for another day. But again, guys, go ahead and visit the website. That's photojoephotography.com, FOTOJO photography.com, and visit the blog, photojoephotography.com/blog. And again, guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below, and I will talk to you later. Peace.